As I've been talking about shoes lately, let me give you a good pro and con of the weightlifting shoes. All right. I obviously recommend weightlifting shoes like proper Olympic weightlifting shoes for doing ollie lifts, but they are not the best for your regular gym training. And why is that? First, let's talk about the pros. One, an absolutely rigid base and a heel that keeps your foot in place, allows you to get 100% feedback from the floor, gives you a proper elevation for your ollie lifts that does not compromise your calves. So you can really lift really heavy weights when you're doing things overhead, like a clean and jerk or a snatch. Or weightlifting shoes are probably a must if you're doing them at heavy weights. Plus, it has a double lacing system, so you lace it in place, then you wrap your foot in place. Your foot is absolutely rock steady when you're lifting heavy. Again, the sole only has a give at the toe. The entire sole is absolutely tight and rigid. The grip, you can see, is solid for gym floors. So these shoes are brilliant. Even the make, it's pure leather with cloth. It's not extremely breathable, but breathability is not a factor when you're choosing an Olympic weightlifting shoe. So with so many good things, what are the cons? Let's start with the first thing, price. These shoes cost a whopping 18,000 bucks. All right. Not everybody can afford it. If you are not into ollie weightlifting, I do not recommend it. All right. It's not worth the money if you're not into ollie weightlifting. The second thing is that you cannot do any kind of cardio in these shoes at all. Like, you will injure your knees because there is absolutely no cushioning. Every time your foot hits the floor, it's going to get impact, it's going to damage your knees. I personally have suffered knee damage from one arbit session when I accidentally ended up doing steady state cardio wearing weightlifting shoes on that day. Apart from that, it is not comfortable for long hours of usage because of its rigidity and because of the way it holds your foot in place, and it being so solid and so strong comes the downside of it not being very comfortable. So if you wear it for more than 3 to 4 hours at a stretch, if you're doing a completely long training session, you will probably end up with foot pain, which is not a good experience. Apart from using them for the ollie lifts where you're throwing weights overhead, it does not carry over well to your other general power lifts. If you are doing deadlifts, for example, the heel elevation is a problem. If you're doing movements in which you require good movement at the base of the foot, these are not recommended. If you're doing agility kind of work, if you're moving side to side, because this shoe absolutely has no give, these are not the ideal shoes to wear. So if you're training in the gym for ollie weight lifts, these are brilliant. If you're training in the gym for bodybuilding or just building a strong physique or just for strength on the regular, these are not the ideal shoes to wear. Great shoes, but at the same time, what makes a shoe great is what you're using them for. So be wise and choose correct. This is Pushkaraj Shirke for Project Battlefit, and I hope this helped. Cheers.